All right. Today, I want to talk about the dinar. It's I want to talk about something that if the Iraq Central Bank and the government of Iraq make this simple move, which a lot of people don't think it's simple because in the past this would have caused a war. But I do not believe it will this time. So much money from other countries will flow in, causing the value of the dinar to rise exponentially. Before I get to that, what I want to talk about, and first, I'm just curious, can you just type IQD down below if you own any Iraq Dinar? I want to talk about this chart because this is very important. United States dollar. Look at that. This spike in price. It's a big deal. The reason why is because in the last month, you've seen this jump in the value of the dinar versus the dollar. And there's a story entitled Iraqi Dinar hits 9-month high against the US dollar. Why is that happening? Well, first, we've seen the importance of the Iraq Central Bank saying, hey, we're only going to do business in the dinar. That's huge, right? That happened a while ago. I think people have been investing in the dinar for a long time, hoping that it's going to explode in price. And they've put a lot of people put everything into it. And at a certain point, you need to walk away from that investment and just hold on to it like I have. I've been holding dinar since let's say 2012, I believe it is. And I just set it and forget it. And the reason why is because there's so much more money to be made in other aspects, so that if you make money somewhere else, like in crypto, or what I think is the most incredible deal ever is tax liens, because anyone in the world can do it and invest in American tax liens and then take the money and go buy more dinar or buy more silver or more crypto. As a matter of fact, I'll put a sale link down below if you guys want, because you will learn how to invest in real estate. Like 99% of real estate investors have never figured out. And it is guaranteed by the real estate. You don't even need to hold the real estate. You just get lots of interest back on your investment. So I'll put a link down below if you want that. But this Iraq dinar, it says right here, the exchange rate has reached its highest level in the past 9 months, with the currency strengthening against the US dollar in both Iraq and Kurdistan, Iraqi and Kurdistan region markets. On Sunday, the US dollar was trading at 147,000 to 750 dinars, but it has since appreciated to 145,950 dinars, signaling a positive shift in the national currency's value. Well, there's a lot of excitement about this, but I'll tell you this. If you want to see the Iraqi dinar explode in price, this is all the central bank, and I hope there are some officials watching this video. All you have to do is completely abandon the US dollar. That's it. Make it illegal for transactions to be done in US dollars and take back your national currency. You have lots of natural resources, and the only reason why your currency has imploded and depreciated so much is because the US government came in and attacked and put in a central bank, and they set the range. To be honest with you, it's horrible. I believe, as long as I can remember, before we came in and took out Iraq and Kuwait, the Kuwaiti dinar and the Iraqi dinar were worth 3 times or 4 times what the dollar was worth. Most people don't understand that. Type, I didn't know. I'm just curious. Did you not know that before we went in and invaded Iraq, and before we went in and invaded Kuwait, that both of those currencies were worth over 3 times what the dollar was? $1 would buy like 1/3 of a dinar. It's horrible what happened. All they have to do is completely walk away and go, no more dollar transactions in the country. All these other countries would flood in and want to buy up dinars because, hey, you want our oil? We're going to only accept it in dinars. Stop accepting it in US dollars. US dollar is the reason why it's went to nothing. Guys, type one if this is making sense. The reason why I say this is because in the past, and I think this is an important time, a pivotal time, and I think right now, under the leadership of Donald Trump, Trump would understand this. As a matter of fact, I have a feeling that Donald Trump himself would figure, one of those deals that it's good for both sides, that's a good deal, right? Because if it's good for both sides, both parties are going to keep engaging in business. What about if Iraq says, hey, to America, we want to sell you oil, but we want to sell it to you in Iraqi dinars. So we're going to do exactly what the U.S. has done to the world forever, force the world to buy U.S. dollars, creating a demand, not artificial, it's a real demand, um, and you're going to buy them, but in our currency. See, if Iraq stopped selling America oil in dollars and said, if you want them, you're going to have to buy dinar. Do you know what happened to the price of the dinar? It would explode higher. And all Iraq has to do is go, there's nothing wrong with it. We're just playing by your rules, right? This comes also at a time where all this fraud's being uncovered, and you're there's going to be less money going to different countries. And I think this would be incredibly beneficial for both parties. Just curious, how many people have put, like, what year did you buy your dinar in? I'm curious, as we watch as this video goes out around the world, people are going to make these comments. And I go through the comments and I'm curious how many people have been holding dinar for a very long time that are still out there looking for any bit of news on it. And, there are people, look, that have been just recently buying it, 2024, 2025. There are, people like myself that have been holding it, but it's one of those investments that I knew would take an act of God, honestly, to explode higher. Because we're talking about nation states that go to war over these kind of things, currency valuations. The US has kept its thumb right on top of Iraq for such a long time. And I think it's time to be released. There's a lot of prophecies that talk about the value of the dinar. And I do believe those prophecies. I believe there's a day where the value of the dinar will go back to a range of anywhere between where it'll take like $1 to $3 to buy one dinar. I do believe that. But the truth is, I think that we're in a moment where a lot of people have got to look at how dangerous it is to put a lot of money into one thing, one basket, and hope for it to go up. I've seen it in the silver markets. I've seen it in dinar. I've seen it in crypto. And it's a very dangerous methodology. If you're diversified, can you do me a favor and say, I am? And the reason why, I think people need to go and read through the comments and look at this and say, I shouldn't put all my eggs in one basket, because none of us know the day or the hour. There are fake gurus out there that have made entire careers on selling you dinar and telling you it's going to revalue tomorrow. There are people that say it's happening today. It's happening. And that day has never came. It will one day. I really do know that. I believe it. But the thing is that type of thinking keeps people poor. And if you look at all the people that are saying I am diversified, I have multiple different baskets of investments, those are people that are going to find success. And I highly suggest you become one of them if you're not. One thing, investment, I'm not joking, it is the most insane investment ever to me. As a real estate investor for 25 years, everyone's always heard about tax liens. Nobody knows how to do them, find the auctions. I've blown all that out of the water. I hate that people charge, $2,000, $5,000, and even up to $50,000 for a class and a year of coaching. I've completely destroyed all that. So if you want the tax lien course, and then you want to graduate to the deeds course, that's a whole nother course. I've put a sale link down below for tax liens. It is an incredible way of making 18 to 36% on your money, and you could start with as little as $200 uh, to buy a tax lien, and it's guaranteed by the government because it's guaranteed by the real estate. But if you don't get your money in a certain amount of time, you file a document, they sell the property on an auction, and you're the first person paid. First person over mortgages or any of that stuff. So if you want to learn about that skill and get that life skill forever and be able to invest in real estate where 99% of real estate investors have heard about it but don't even know where to start, links down below. We're already seeing massive success. Um, I want to thank you so much for watching also. And thank you for supporting the channel by just, sharing the videos. And thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'm excited for the day that the dinar explodes higher. I think if Iraq does this one move and demands payment in Iraqi dinars and will stop, actually it's two-pronged thing. They just stop US dollar transactions. It will be incredible. The central bank has already been buying gold for a long time. They can do some really incredible moves. And I think this is the time. All right, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.